everybody, I'm coming to you from the mudroom today because I've got to get these canna rhizomes stored for the winter. I am late in doing this. It was a number of weeks ago that I dug these, and I have footage of that whole process that I'm going to insert right after I'm done speaking with you so you can see how I got to this point. But I dug those rhizomes, I let them dry, and then I put them in these bins. And I have three types. I have the ones that I have the most of. I don't know what the variety is, but they are have a bicolored leaf that's like a chartreuse and a burgundy color. They're just gorgeous. They are just fantastic, and they have multiplied hugely. So I have a whole bin of those. And then I have a few of another variety that is just a green leaf, and it has a yellow flower, and a variety that has the green leaf and the orange flower. I'm not sure which ones are which. I was supposed to label them and I did not, so I don't know. One of these is orange and one of these is yellow, but I will put a tag into the bins when I'm done saying, you know, yellow or orange flower, and then my unknown variety. Also, I'm going to package up some of these that I have the most of to give as a gift to a friend of my son's that is very into plants and gardening, and I helped them buy their home last year. And when he was over here during the summer, he saw my cannas and thought they were beautiful, and I said, well, I will save you some when I dig them. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Also is getting a package for you, Josh, so they're coming your way. Maybe I'll get a chance to deliver them today too, I'm not sure. So I'm going to insert the footage of when I dug them and dried them, and then I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you how I'm going to store these this year. So let's get going. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot believe how many rhizomes I got out of the ground this year. This is crazy. It just goes to show you how these are such a prolific plant. And oh my gosh, how they multiply is crazy. Like, look at some of these. Some of these are just like ginormous. So I'm gonna have plenty to put in pots next year. Let's see if I can get around a little bit better view here. Oh my gosh, that is just amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna have enough to put in my flower beds and my pots and give some as gifts to the kids. So I am super happy with that. Now that is just the one variety that I had right here by the fence. I also have over here, I've got the yellow and orange ones. So I have to get to those next and get those out on some cardboard so they can dry this week as well. So I need to get after that.
Of you and me, sky high, busy life, I wanna leave. not gonna wait, not gonna waste our time. We're not gonna stress, not gonna make a mess. Oh, no, I don't wanna be less than I can be. I want it fall to wash me. The wicked drown in water, let go wicked one. You wicked drown in water. I wanna be less than I can be. Waterfall to wash me and cleanse me. Wicked drown in water, let go wicked one.
Okay, so I'm going to be using these bushel baskets that were, I had a whole bunch of these that were gifted to me by a family friend this year. And I wasn't sure what I was going to use them for. But then when it turned out that I had so many Canas rhizomes to store, I said, oh my gosh, these are going to be just perfect. So I'm going to take that along with, this is some packing material that came with my one of my last houseplant orders. And I thought I'm going to put that down in here too, because these slats are going to be too wide for my paper, my shredded paper to fall out. It's the paper would just fall out the cracks, so I can't have that. So I thought, well, this is kind of like a netting mesh kind of thing. So I'm going to experiment with this stuff and see if this will just tuck down in here and create enough of a barrier to keep the shredded paper into the baskets. I think that's going to work out all right. And I'm just going to do a couple of pieces. Thinking maybe 2 might. No, I think I need 3. 2. And I want to leave a little bit over the lip so that I could bend it back in if I want. I'm not sure at this point if I'm going to do that. But this stuff is awesome. I really love this. This is really great stuff. And it's just paper. So at the end of this whole thing, I can just throw all this paper into the compost heap, which I'm planning on doing composting this year. So we'll be talking about that. And this is just junk mail that I was shredding as we were going along. Alrighty. So I got my rhizomes here, and I'm just going to tuck them down in and kind of have it so that they're not exactly touching each other, if possible. That's 3, and then I'm going to do a little layer. This basket's for Josh. Give him some bigger ones too. 1, 2 of those. And another layer of paper. And then another couple big ones. And a layer of paper. And then you want to store these in a cool, dry place. Now last year, I did this very differently. I put my rhizomes in the shredded paper, but like basically in a grocery bag, and tucked it in the back of a closet upstairs, and they wintered over great. But I have so many this year. They just have multiplied fantastically. So I can't do that. I have to do something else. So I'm going to be doing these bushel baskets, and I'm going to be tucking them down in the corner over here of this mudroom. This is unheated mudroom. But I think that it's going to be okay, because they really should not like freeze. Plus they're like insulated, and they're going to be in a corner that's closest to the heated part of the house. So I think they're going to be okay. But this is going to be for Josh, and I'll put a little note in there as to how to winter these over and how to plant them in the spring. So that's 1 down, and I'm going to get a few more done here, and then I have to start labeling, and hopefully I'll have time to go deliver that.
We're not gonna wait, not gonna waste our time. We're not gonna stress, not gonna make a mess. Oh, no, I don't wanna be less than I can be. I want it fall to wash me. The wicked drown in water, let go wicked one. You wicked drown in water. I wanna be less than I can be. Waterfall to wash me and cleanse me.
for the orange and the yellows. I ran out of that cool paper, so we'll just use newspaper to kind of tuck around the edge and keep my shredded paper inside the bushel basket. So easy peasy. And this also will let me know that these are the yellow and the orange, so I won't even really have to do a label, which is great because I'm rubbish at labeling, as we all know. But I'm just tucking these down here into a layer. And some of my last ones that I was doing, they were a little moldy because I left them in that bin, because that bin's not like really that good with aeration. So you know what, I don't know, I pulled them aside and I put them on the windowsill at first because I was thinking that I was just going to get rid of them, but I thought, you know what, let's just try it. I'm just going to throw them out in the garden next year, and if they grow, then great, and if not, hey, no harm, no foul. I will not have lost a thing. All right, so that's one of the orange and yellow flowers. And get this last one done, and then I could store these away. And I think that I am also, there's a dehumidifier over in the corner of the mudroom where I'm going to be storing these. And there's also an outlet that I'm going to plug a heater in and maybe do a little extra drying out of these, because I'm a little bit paranoid now that I saw that mold on some of those. So I think I'm going to put some heat on them for a few days, and that'll help dry out any little bit of moisture that might be left on those that have the mold. So, oh geez, these are the things that happen when you're not on it. But what can you do? You just do your best and you keep going forward, right? And life's all an experiment. Gardening is a fun experiment. It's not life and death. Well, actually, I guess it is life and death for the plants, but in the grand scheme of things, when things don't work out with plants, it's not the end of the world. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope that if you've never grown cannas that you would consider it, because they're really an awesome tropical plant. And if you've never dug them and stored them from year to year, I hope that this inspires you to try it, because it's a great way to multiply the plants so that you have more and more every year, because they are just, you know, generally pretty prolific. And it saves you money from having to buy them as annuals every year. So again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.